So guys,
We start from today.
are going to do a new anime whose.
It's titled Dandadan.
Before starting the episode, let me give a warning that there will be some 18 plus scenes in this anime, so please watch it carefully. You start without diving, then we see the main character Momo, whose boyfriend has to ask him for money. Then Momo gets fed up with him and kicks him, and he stops his kick and kicks Momo hard and breaks the relationship and leaves there. Momo then starts hurling abuse at her and goes to school crying. Then his friend asks him, "What was it about this guy that Tam adored?" she asks.
In effect, he looked like my favorite actor can talk then.
It is evident that his friends disapproved of this response. She steps out and remarks,
Will I ever find someone akin to Cain in my lifetime? I long for someone here who can assist me. How immense is the world truly.
Subsequently, Mommy observes, in the second grade, a group of children is seen tormenting a boy, much to his dismay. Consequently, she approaches the boy, and it becomes apparent that her mere presence halts the bullying. Afterwards, Momo gazes upon his book and states,
There are really bad people in the world. Now I am very angry. Where am I going to vent my anger now?
Then we see that boy come there and say, "Buffalo Momo."
I understand you're deeply in love and they are present here as you were speaking to me.
There has been a misunderstanding. Forget what just happened. I am my own.
I'm not actually talking about it. I'm talking about the book you read. Does that mean you're also into mysterious things?
There are fans? Nothing like that because I don't believe in UFA and alias at all.
I'm referring not to UFA but to UAP, which are those recognized alien phenomena. The US military has supposedly confirmed their existence and established a space force. Additionally, Japan has inaugurated a new aerospace defense force.
Then Momo starts ignoring everything and leaving there. We see that the boy is not leaving after him. Then Momo says,
When you go home, I have also broken up, so I don't want to listen to all these things at home. I don't have the time to listen to these useless things of yours and the way you are forced. Are you telling people all this? That's the reason. Because no one is your friend.
Then she starts to leave there, but she sees that the boy has become depressed because of those things of her. Because of Jesus, she comes back and starts apologizing to him and says,
I don't believe in aliens, but I do believe in ghosts.
When the boy hears this, he bursts into laughter and responds,
I have just talked about the same topic as yours, but you still don't agree.
Stop making fun of mysterious things.
You might not be aware, but my grandfather is a spirit medium. Have you encountered monogamy? It's something truly perilous. Those involved are utterly shaken by it.
Somewhere to see. Currently, my movement is limited due to illness, and there is no substantiated evidence to suggest the existence of ghosts.
So, tell me if you've ever had the experience with Arius.
Are you traveling in the UK?
This is how they start fighting with each other. Then Momo's friend is very surprised to see how quickly Momo has forgotten her ex-boyfriend and started with a new girl. Then Momo,
She says, let's have a competition again. If you exhaust ghosts in reality, then you will become my servant.
So if that is the case, then if I will show you that if you do, you will become my servant.
During the night, Momo makes her way to an old hospital where she contacts the boy on the phone.
What kind of place is this? This is extremely frightening. Are you truly going to meet me here?
The hospital is very famous for UFO, and if you climb up to the roof UFO, if you shout something, you will be kidnapped, and after that the aliens will conduct experiments on your body.
Hold on. Haven't you missed the initial experiments?
Perhaps this is because numerous individuals who are abducted erase their memories and leave them behind.
Hold on a moment. Tell me something. Have you ever seen a UFO?
This time is not necessary. Whether I have seen UFO or not, I just want to say that UFS exist.
And leave all this aside. Tell me how things are going on your side.
As you said, I've reached out to that channel. Now I will go inside and prove that ghosts do not exist in this world.
Wait, are you scared? And yes, I'll tell you that before. Such a place is very famous for ghosts.
We see that boy start screaming out of fear, says Momo.
People claim that if you drive too aggressively there, it can be exceedingly dangerous for you.
Then inform me of something else. Have you ever encountered a horse?
No, definitely not.
After all, how can this happen if you have never seen a horse? So how do you trust his existences?
I told you that my grandma is in a spirit medium. I have always been with my grandma because I have no parents, so every time I went out of the house, I had to perform a special type of good luck ritual. Because of Jess, my school friends are on me. But if I didn't, my grandma would have been very angry with me. Then one day it became very difficult for me because Jeezy girl I liked. He made fun of me for that. Because of Jeez, I hated grandma, and since then I didn't talk to grandma much, and she didn't even perform the ritual from the door. But, you know, whenever someone makes fun of my family, I get very angry. Because of this, I realized that I was not angry that day because the boy was making fun of me, but because he was making fun of my grandmother. Actually, I like my grandmother and her spirit medium job very much because she is special, and I believe in my grandmother. I also believe in ghosts. Tell me why you believe in aliens.
There's no need for that.
What happened to you? There is no reason.
Do you need a reason to believe something?
You are right. You speak well on the phone.
Is it really easy to talk to you on the phone?
Then we see the boy's blood-stained footprints. Then an old woman comes in front of him who says,
I'll let you drink mango juice if you let me eat my own.
Then the boy starts screaming and running away. Then she says,
You shouldn't run away from there. She's not an ordinary old woman. People say that you can't beat that old woman in the race. And if you lose the race to that turbo fall, you will lose the race. We'll get.
Then we see that Turbo Fall catches that boy, and Momo doesn't understand anything. That's why she wants to help that boy. The lights in the hospitals are turned off, and they saw him there, and they took him also, and stripped him of his clothes, and bound him. Then we see those people are aliens, and one says alien.
We are seer points who have come from planet Serps, and you don't need to be afraid, because we are friendly people.
Mommy says,
Friendly people don't take off a girl's clothes. Where are my clothes next?
So she sees that they have torn all her clothes and says,
If I want to go home, let me go.
He says alien.
All of us here are males. This is why we reproduce through loan technology, and because we do not have biological evaluation here, so we do not have basic human emotions. So if now we want a similar function like humans, then we should create yours, for which now we will do practical. And after these are practical, we will extract your uterus and create for research.
So we start refusing to this thing and start screaming loudly. The Pavo aliens calm her down and start awakening her emotions with their bicycle power. Then we'll see somehow Momo is registering his power. Only then Momo's phone starts ringing and we see that Turbo Granny from that phone come there and eat it made by aliens. Then we see that the boy actually came to Turbo Granny Band because Turbo Granny Band cursed him and Momo asks him to help him. Talion says,
Akshita, who are you? And how can you get here from a smartphone? And we don't have that kind of technology.
The boy pleads,
Please help me, I can't control myself.
and gets converted to Turbo Green. Turbo Granny says,
Allow me to consume my own.
then he says alien.
You lack permission to approach me, so vacate the premises, or alternatively, surrender your own.
They assault the alien granny while Turbo Granny devours another alien and disposes of him. Following this, we observe the third alien disposing of him, stating,
We have never faced anything so angry to date. Our relationships are good with humors, so let us make ours.
So the boy says,
I'll give you everything that's mine. I always wanted to meet aliens because I didn't have any friends, so I thought at least aliens would be my friends, because I was a child. Calling out to Jophas from the heavens, and you never arrived. Humus has perpetually aided me, yet Elias ignored me, with nobody acknowledging my presence. However, Miss Momo consistently backed me, and if you injure them, I won't forgive you. Despite my limited capability to protect them, I will try my best.
Then the boy starts trying to get up with all his strength, but the alien starts pushing him back with his bicycle power so that he gives up. Then he says alien.
We don't make friends with angry people like you, and anyway, we are more interested in moomins than boys, so let's start our practical.
Momu starts remembering her grandma who calls her,
You have to let your scream out.
Mommy says.
But I refrain because my friends ridicule me daily.
Grandma says.
What's your discussion next? When you let your scream out, you won't be sick or heartbroken and bad things won't come to you. First, tighten your lower elbows and imagine your problem leaving through the top of your head.
Then Momo starts remembering her insult and she says,
I hate this, so I won't do it. I hate you, Rhino, and you in a fake spirit media.
That's what Momo thinks.
Take me forward. Why do you recall? I'm sorry for being hungry at that moment.
Then we'll see. Momo starts to get her screams out of her head so that she gets free from the alien's captivity. And then the boy says,
Miss Bo, can you utilize bicycle power?
Tao Momo says.
I am surprised by this.
He mentions alien.
The last male. Why is my cyclic power weakening in front of it? Have I changed her brainwave so much that this woman's chick is open?
Tamoma says.
My grandma is truly a Rhea spirit medium. Thank you, Gardma. And with her help, I can pick up useless people like these and wander.
And then they kick that alien hard, due to which that alien falls out of the UFO and the functionality of the UFO is deteriorated. Then Momo sees that Turbo Granny has dominated over that boy and she attacks Momo. Then she tells him to stay calm and we see with the help of her bicycle power, she brings the boy to his real form. Then Turbo Granny.
Wait, the snake has not yet been removed from above it, but somehow the Turbo Granny has come out.
Turbo Granny says,
I still have this boy's mana, and as long as I have it, the snake will not come off this boy. So if you want to make it back, you come to the Eternal, and there.
When we leave, we witness the young man flying and crashing into the hospital, leading to its destruction. However, we see Momo and that boy surviving, and then Momo responds.
I've come to the realization that aliens truly exist because they've abducted me.
Is that what the boy says?
I now believe in ghosts since I have a curse, so what are our next steps?
If I remove the effect of my psychic power from you, then you will be converted to Turbo Granny again.
But what is the final method to remove this curse?
To achieve that, you must defeat Turbo Granny.
If that's the case, let's go into the tunnel.
Wait, what now?
Then the boy hands Momo his clothes and states,
All this has happened because of me, so you don't have to talk to me. I will somehow reach the tunnel and find a way to save myself.
After all, you don't want to let me find you with you, and I can't leave you alone anyway. If I don't pass, you might die.
Do you want to help someone like me?
Don't worry, I'm with you.
And he asks her to wear her clothes again. Then the boy says,
Forgive me for being a bit weird, but can you please wear these clothes because I can't talk to you properly?
Then his mouth, her heart pounded and she thought,
After all, why is this happening? Am I surprised that I just used the lines of my favorite hero, Ken Takakura? I need to calm myself.
When I ask him his name, he says, boy.
My name is Ken Takakura.
He is surprised and we see him behind him. Explodes and the episode Khan's name.
I absolutely do not have to do it.
After all, what are you saying? Whether you like it or not, my name is Ken Takakura.
Just do it, and I can't hear it anymore.
And when the kids start stubbornly, we'll see. Momo gets distracted, and Ken starts converting to Turbo Granny again, and says, Turbo Granny.
Let me eat this myself.
She then throws him away with her power, causing Kane to return to normal form.
We will make a rule, and it will be that you are less. Never use your name.
Kane agrees to that, but Momo responds after a while.
You are very fond of mysterious things, so from now on your name is Okarun, and if you use your real name, I will kill you.
After all, how can it be? That's my real name, but I'll take your word for it.
I think you're okay. Shah Rukh's name has come a long way.
There's nothing like that.
Come on, brother. Let me see your face and know how much you resemble him.
Sir, we see the morning comes and the mouth speaks.
Wait a moment. Now that the morning has come, perhaps there won't be any turbog, since ghosts typically appear only at night. Let's proceed to my house now and see how you are doing. As you can observe, it's quite dangerous.
Thus, they both arrived at Momo's residence where Momo remarked,
Please note that my grandma is very strict in matters of boys. He almost killed my boyfriend.
So she's telling me this.
And then we see him as soon as he starts to go inside Momo's doorstep, okay? Suddenly his body catches fire, then Momo picks him up and throws him into the water and says,
Apologies, Apparan. I had completely forgotten that our home is equipped with an energy barrier to prevent unauthorized entry.
Momo then proceeds to remove the sticker associated with the barrier and invites Apparan to return inside, to which Apparan remarks,
Are you? I'm pretty sure I'll be fine.
Rest assured, if you catch fire once more, I'll put you out again.
Then the Reason starts trying to cross the threshold of Momo's house again, and then we see that he doesn't burn at all this time. And then Mommy says,
So do you not experience anything?
Remained. Don't worry. I'm fine, Mommy.
She laughs at her hair, and they both go inside the house. When Momo sees that her grandma is not at home this time, Momo goes to the room to change clothes. We see that due to his attention being diverted, the Turbo Grains begin to dominate the other Reason again, so that he can leave the room. Momo knocks her out of her power and tells her to face the wall. Then Momo changes clothes and gives the cause to change clothes as well, and says,
Well, tell me, are you also missing this time to make it work?
What exactly are you saying?
You are. In fact, Tabo Granny had said that you girls from it because of him. Your creation has been taken away. Now let me see.
He sees the laws that he's making really disappear, and she asks him to show him the reason for which he starts refusing, and says,
These are very bad things. Finally, what am I going to do now?
You're saying it's my fault?
So it's my fault because you made that bet with me?
What are you saying? I wasn't even interested in your mysterious story. He was the one who was talking to me many times, and that's why there was a fight between us.
I was talking to you so often because I needed a friend, so I missed that charge. Didn't want to give it to them. That's why I talked to you like that, and I have come to understand that you live in a different world, and a boy like me is not allowed to even talk to you. So please forgive me for putting you in so much trouble. When all is well, you can ignore me again.
The truth is that you don't feel good about yourself thinking about what other people want to do. Your friends are not because you take them away yourself. Now stop saying that I will ignore you and let's talk about mysterious things.
So the law starts calling Momo ugly, and they both start fighting each other, but then the doorbell of his house starts ringing, and he says, the law.
Looks like your grandma is back now.
Stay calm. I've never heard this doorbell before. Grandma once said that we have 2 doorbells here, one for humans and one for evil spirits. Now I remember my home. The barrier has been removed. Something bad is going to happen now.
It's very strange. What are we going to do?
We will have to reactivate this Congress so that the barrier can be activated again. And if it is a spirit, then it will start suffering like you after the barrier is activated.
If you do that, I will burn alive too.
So get out of my house before that.
So then first let me go outside and then put this paper on the wall.
And then they come out the back door, but they see no one in front of them. And then people see it. Dark clouds appear in the sky, and suddenly their house closes in one place. That's what he says.
Let's get out of here quickly.
Wait, we can't go out because this wall is blocking our way.
I have to put this paper on the outside gate.
Stop, I can't do that because that gate is sunk inside a wall, and we can't go out like this. Finally, what do we do now?
Only then Momo sees that blood has to come out from his nose, and here also blood has to come out from the nose of the avocado, Mommy thinks.
All this is due to this black fog.
Then a spirit comes in front of them who says that.
And after calling, I discovered you're bad. I am a man who has broken my promise.
And attacks them, and she escapes from the attack of both then Law and Momo start running away from there about fear, and that spirit starts attacking them. Then she says, Spirit,
allow me to prepare it.
And she attacks, and they both escape the attack. And then Mommy says,
Today, what kind of spirit is this? Are you planning to construct yet another one?
It's nothing like that, and it's a Kellyan anyway. Looking at it, I can say that this is a Flatwood booster. They were first spotted in Flatwood Town, United States, and were seen in Japan at the Jamanshi pre-production, 3 meters of tea, named Alien.
If so, how did he ring the doorbell? Were these aliens mimicking ghosts?
According to a research, the person who sees psychic phenomena also sees UO force as certain, and if I put it in other words, is there a definite connection between ghosts and aliens?
What are you implying by this? Tomorrow's Elijah is somehow related. If we don't do something quickly, we will die very quickly from this poisonous haze that is leaving behind. And anyway, as long as I'm controlling your debt, I can't use my bicycle power well.
Then we see, and the law starts converting to turbogenesis again, and that spreads. And then they attack, and they run away. Then Momo again converts unreason to normal form, and we see if his hand does not convert again, then he says unreason.
Momo, I'm ready to enter the battle, so cease using your power to control the debt.
Where did this idea come from in your mind?
If this involves Kelly, there's nothing to fear. Instead of targeting the debt in my body, focus on controlling my mind so that I can mobilize my leg.
Then the spirit finds them and attacks them again, but this time they both survive. And then Mommy says,
Following your suggestion is challenging because I haven't mastered these powers yet.
You have a point, and perhaps with some luck, I might gain control over the power of the turbogrenic as well.
I'm not going to guarantee anything.
Momo then begins to concentrate her power, subsequently attacking Spirit Ho. Meanwhile, we witness Karu saving both him and Momo by harnessing the power of Turbogrenic, ultimately declaring,
This is quite an extraordinary sensation. I sense immense power within me, yet I remain deeply melancholic.
Your partiality has indeed risen, Akaru.
My mind is absolutely clear this time, and my feelings are very down.
Come on, you're talking like this.
Forgive me for being a little weird.
G.
People like me should disappear from this world.
Talk, you're really bothering me too much.
So that spirit comes back to them and says the reason.
I guess I'll have to fight it, but let me tell you in advance that it's not going to be of any use, and then...
We see that Spirit Okaran press in your hands. He makes it, but for that reason he escapes by cutting his fingers and says,
My body did everything it did, so this is the turbogrenic power that is true.
I was extremely fast. When will these eyes appear? We can't evade this.
And that's when they see, and blood starts coming out from inside, and that tree starts killing him. I'll save you from Momo.
Sorry, my body isn't compatible with Momo. It feels like my body is in tiny pieces. No human could endure that. I've only managed to harm 5 of his fingers so far. How will we defeat him now?
Do you know, if I knew, we wouldn't have been killed like this? Wait a minute, this spirit is not acting like Sobo. This means that if we touch even one of its heads on the ground, we will survive. Momo.
You are truly a great genius, so let's use the power of Turbo Granny once again.
The task is complete. Why are you pointing at his feet, Ra? I'm trying to use my bicycle power.
So they both start moving towards that spirit, and that spirit says attacking them.
Allow me to do it.
So, that reason runs away from Speed and breaks one of his legs, and Momo makes the hand of that spirit touch down with his bicycle power so that his condition, the hand starts to disappear, but we see that spirit stands on her feet again and grabs Momo and slams her hard against the wall and punches her hard. Then that cause starts converting to turbo green again, and Momo normalizes it and says,
Sumo Alien had touched Glauda in your hand, so you should have lost. It's wrong that you stood at the door.
Momo, please stop controlling the very cast. I don't care what happens to my body.
Shut up the pretext and see how I beat it. I don't like cheaters at all. Have you pissed me off, alien?
We see that she starts showering spirit on Momo, and she says Karan.
Stop controlling my death. If you continue like this, you will be killed.
It is enough now that this wall has been proved so much that I have come out of the gate.
So she summons the cause to her and puts the page on the gate by which that spirit burns. Then we see that everything becomes normal as before, which makes mouth to mouth very... We are happy, and we see. Due to using too much power, Momobai becomes unconscious, and Turbo Granny and Law dominate, and guys. All episodes of this end, and the link to the next episode will be coming to your screen. Momo's grandma has a show going on where she's telling the truth about a TV star, but that TV star refuses for everything. Then on one person says,
The center doesn't know anything. Who would believe that this little TV actor has children and a wife? That's all I can tell you is that this is not true. So do you think we should telecast this episode?
The other person says don't worry.
And no one will have any complaints about this rogue show anyway.
Excuse me, Mother. You're your Santa Dodoria, aren't you? I saw you on TV the other day. Do you really have psychic powers?
Don't let me down!
Forgive me. My intention wasn't to deal with your vest. I just wanted to witness your power.
If you don't want to die, get out of here quickly.
Then remember that he is a turbocharged Hawaii above the law. And she grasps Mommy. Subsequently, Turbo Green is attacked.
I thought he had brought home another useless thing. But even so, he is not a human. My granddaughter really gives me a lot of trouble. Let's get you started.
Turbo Green strikes Grandma, but she suddenly combusts.
So, really? A lot. Thankfully, everything went exactly as I thought it would. I knew it would attack me from my blind spot, and look now it's caught in my trap.
Then we see that the turbo engine is trapped in a circle, and as soon as it starts trying to get out of there, the burning starts.
If you get out of there, you will burn because it is an energy barrier. When I hammer the nail inside this circle, then the inside part of this circle will become a barrier. And if I hammer the nail outside the circle, then the outside part will become a barrier. So I could not be caught because I was protected by the barrier. I'll eat one. And they are thinking that, make no mistake at all, that you can keep me captive forever. I am not here to catch you, but I am here to kill you.
And they initiate killing him.
What exactly transpired? Can you not do anything? You can't showcase your velocity here, right? I won't abandon you. A spiteful woman is hurling insults at another woman. I'm extremely furious.
Then we see Grandma makes another circle around the barrier circle of Turbogrenic and starts hitting him with the bat. Turbogrenic says holding his bat.
If you burn me, the person to whom I owe a loan will also be killed with me. I will also kill people who are useless to me. Daughter is cheating, even if it is Humergy.
Then we see the new circle Grandma formed activates and erases the inner circle, causing the barrier to shift inward and igniting the Turbo Granny. Momo cleans up shortly after and seeks Okaran.
Grandma, you brother of the house, can't you be quiet for a while? My favorite program is running right now. It doesn't matter to me. This time I need to talk to you. Did you go to the wanted site?
Then Mommy says,
Not I, but my friend departed because we were discussing him. He just headed back. Are you attending to my words? Have you seen a boy? If he's not with me, will he be in danger? If you're talking to me about spirit, I've killed him. What are you saying? What did the spirit look like? Was he wearing glasses? I thought you didn't believe in ghosts. And anyway, you said I was a fake spirit medium. Are you still? Get angry with him, old man, and answer me quickly, because this can cause a big problem.
let's say Grandma.
Ignore it. Don't trust me because no spirit exists here. And I'm also a fake grandma. Forgive me, for I was mistaken. Could you tell me what you ultimately did with that spirit? Leave. Observe the temple.
Temi says.
Old lady, if anything happens to that Karu, I won't leave you.
Tamumo starts running towards the temple and thinks.
He only wished to befriend me, and my error lay in sending him there. Pardon me. Action.
Then we see that Karan is eating very happily inside the temple.
Momo, thank you so much. Initially, I believed I was responsible for your demise.
So Momo closes the door of the temple, and they say,
Stupid man, you're still alive.
What do you mean by that? Forgive me for being alive?
After all, your best friend has become a bust. Don't worry, his yard will not be activated inside, but as soon as he comes out, his yard will be activated.
Then she says,
You said you killed him. It's true. There are a lot of lies in it. You were very worried about it. Say it's not your crush. It's nothing like that. And anyway, they have taken away the making of it. And we have come to know that this debt is not going to break until it gets the making of it. And anyway, all this has happened because of me. so I want to help it. And I understand you like it. I didn't say anything like that, and yes, I can use psychic powers now. I went to a place to see you, phone, and then because of the problems there, I activated my psychic powers and nothing like you, phone, comes. I understand how you're feeling because until yesterday I didn't believe in aliens either, and it's true that now I can use sick powers and things get a lot worse. When I can't control the debt of the cause, I believe in this thing that there is a sick power, but then people got stuck with a crazy front. A long time ago, everyone used to call her Ava Granny at 100 kilometers, and she had wreaked havoc across the country. I had heard some time ago that a very dangerous moisture had camped in that channel. That's why I went there to check. That place was really dangerous, and I felt so strong energy. I couldn't even step inside. Have you heard of bound spirits? These are those bribes who live in the same place due to some strong attachment and they are in that place. No spirit medium fights directly with those bound spirits. In that channel, I felt there was a bound spirit and that meant it. This is that Turbo Granny and bored bound spirit have become one. I don't think you should fight him because I don't want to lose my lovely granddaughter, so don't get directly involved. So forget that guy. I think you should focus on your normal life.
Tamobo says,
If my favorite actor was in a can situation, so what does he do? That's all I think about whenever I'm in trouble, and I've never regretted it. So if Kenny was here, he would give his 100% to save it, so I would do the same.
Grandma says,
You are telling me that you like this guy very much. That's what they ask. I'm not talking about it at all. Look, boys are expressing their feelings. How are you feeling today? I wasn't talking about it, I was talking about my favorite actor.
tomorrow Grandma says, okay.
You can help him if you want, so play catch up with Turbo Granny to that washer, who is confident in his speed, so if you make him angry, then he will definitely accept this thing. But there is a problem here. Bound Spirit's territory is in Shala City, so you have to bring Turbo Granny out of the city without catching yourself. So if you take him out of his territory, then he will become weak, which will make you too. Can you beat him? Look carefully at my feet. Do you really think I'll be able to beat Turbo Gary in my studies and tell me you can't do anything with your barrier like you temperate?
Then Grandma says,
It can't happen and I can't help you. In fact, I can only use my barrier technology when I'm in this land, borrowing his power from a god, so I can't use this ability outside the city.
Vomo remarks.
I didn't realize our power was so territory dependent.
Then Grandma says,
Every land has a god presence. It's best to be in familiar territory, whether near or far. Is this the way to defeat Turbo Granny? So start your training so that you can run faster than turbocharged. Are you serious? Even if I do not put all my strength into it, it cannot be possible. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about this guy.
And then she says, but
He can't evade the law, lacks stamina, and has no control over his debt consistently. We must act promptly.
Grandma concludes,
Then you will run away with Momo sitting on your stomach, Momo.
How much will your weight be?
Are you in the mood to die?
This is impossible because with the help of my debt, I can only escape from the army tree twice and then again.
You train yourself in such a way that you can escape from the army tree every time. Push-ups, so sit-ups, so back extensions, and so squats do and Momo. You also increase the level of your bicycle power, so I cannot help you people, so I will train you so that you can become on the talk, so now go and sleep. We'll do the rest tomorrow.
so the reason says,
Your grandma is very young and mommy, I apologize. When we were fighting that big moisture, I was just thinking about myself. So sorry. And you're not like that. You saved me and also beat that moisture from above. So if such a thing happens again, I will also face my fear and save you. So please don't lose your trust in me, please. Please be my friend.
Don't worry, it's not going to happen. You're thinking too much.
So why did you shut the door in my face to begin with?
He's just like that.
See, what I was talking about is that you absolutely believe in me.
No, you have said that there is nothing like this before, and if you continue to make such things, then I should believe you now. I will leave.
I'm sorry, Mummy.
When you fight, you look very cool, but you are so stupid that in the end I will have to save you, so let's sleep here now. I will arrange a mattress for you here.
So we see here, Grandma tells everyone about the Jess actor. His truth has been revealed to everyone and every word of it is true. So we see here, the next morning I have to go to the bathroom. Then Grandma says,
Keep remembering the end ahead. Go and come. And there is a serious problem here if this is the bathroom door. If it sits closed, then its debt will become activated, which means I have to watch it, then see.
Then he says,
I absolutely won't say that.
So he starts refusing Karan for this thing, and we see that due to Momo's attention getting aroused, the base body of another reason gets converted into Turbo Granny.
So tell me, how did you ultimately manage to control your debt?
It's me.
An aura appears around it, and when I hold that aura tightly, then it becomes smaller so that I can control my debt. There is an aura in everything, and every aura has a color, just as there is an aura in these stones, and I can hold the aura and make it move. I can only do it within a limited range. I initially thought Cyclo was very flexible, but everything is quite restricted.
And then she says that.
When my power was awakened, I was very powerful. Then I felt as if I could convert my visions into reality. Or let's say, I am invincible. The festival fairy ended very quickly, and I can only catch the woman.
Then Grandma speaks.
Momo, close your eyes, but you are becoming more dependent, so use your 5 senses as if you can only hold a woman. Then you will also be able to touch her with your eyes closed. When you close your eyes, what about your skin and around your eyes? Trying to fail.
Then Momo starts doing this, but we see that it is of no use now.
The limit is going to be crossed. I can't stop myself any longer.
Then Grandma says,
So what are you going to do with Momoaki? I'm going to break my heart very soon.
I don't want you to see me stuttering, and I don't want to stutter in my paint either. So now, I'm going.
So that Law starts going inside the house, but Momo starts stopping her from using her bathroom, and then Grandva also starts supporting Momo. But we see that Law somehow reaches the bathroom, and we see that Momo has to see it. Then he says, Law,
I had long wished for something different to happen to me, like being abducted by aliens. Something is happening now that is even more dangerous. I want to get out of this house as soon as possible. Momo.
Didn't you say that when your psychic power was activated, then you felt that you were invincible? That will surely be the ability inside you, and it seems that now that ability has been sealed somewhere, so now you have to train and gradually come out. And no one knows how much time it will take, but it doesn't matter because that guy will also take a lot of time to build muscle.
Are you going to see me like that?
Only then Momo sees that Turbo Green has come in the bathroom, and she starts telling Grandva about it, but now something stops around her. Then Momo says,
What did you finally do with my Grandva?
Then Turbo Green farming,
Don't worry, I will give him the option of dying of a heart attack or brain death. My puff is spreading through this guy, and whoever he sees once, I can easily kill him. I'm as good as you think. I won't give you time. Come inside the tunnel tonight or I'll kill this boy. I will kill all the people around me.
Turbo Granny leaves, and we see a lot coming out of Okarnon and Grandma's nose and ears.
Mommy, tell me quickly, what happened to you? Then?
We see Okarnon and Momo preparing at night.
Do we really have to wear it? Will these clothes protect you from the evil Spyra? So wear them, and if you take them off, you will soon die. I know, but we must have defeated the aliens once.
So Grandma plays.
Don't be iron. If aliens don't resist, it's always been like this. There was always a problem at home. You didn't listen to me since you were a child. Now this old woman's chugging is causing pain in my ears. Let's get out of here.
Grandma hugs Momo and forbids her to die. Grandma is thinking,
Please save me, someone.
Momo and Unreason then board the train.
I'm not going to give up that knowledge. She wants to hurt my grandmother. I'm not going to miss the opportunity.
The same night, consequently, they must confront Turbo Green. Following this, we observe Okarun and Momo reaching the channel.
Okarun, you go in first.
The girls ought to proceed first.
Look at me. You surely won't let an adorable girl like me enter in this manner.
Let's reconvene in the near future.
And then they both go inside fighting.
What did Grandma say? What were we supposed to do when this Turbo Greenie came? Did we have to kill him?
Absolutely not. We must remove him from Shono City and detach him from the boundaries to weaken him and ultimately achieve victory.
That's acceptable, but now that we've vanquished that enormous alien, do you believe we can similarly defeat Turbo Granny?
See what this is? The one I was afraid of a while ago.
It was. She appears to be an elderly woman, doesn't she? Given that we can manage such enormous extraterrestrials, this should be simple.
Only then Tite wants to come in front of them so that they both get scared and start trying to run away from there. And we see that they see both sides re-turbo green. This is it.
Is it cheating?
Tamo and Karu. She takes out the bags from the bag and throws them on top of the Turbo Genie. But we can see that it is of no use.
Momo, kindly cease your control of the curse on me.
Therefore, we observe the transformation of reasoning due to the Turbo Genie's death, and it speaks.
I don't believe that is within my capabilities. I feel utterly inept.
I had completely forgotten that transforming changes you into a negative individual. Don't worry. Give it your all. I'll be here rooting for you.
Should you exert that degree of pressure on me, it could be fatal.
And it converts back to its normal form.
How can progress be made? The influence of your debt has vanished.
Turbogni speaks.
I gave you back your wallet. Because the debt has been cancelled, you surprised me. Who would have thought that you could be so transformed by the power of debt and I wouldn't let you use that power? It is my power. It cannot be used by thieves like you and I will eat you.
And those two positions? Attacks from both sides. Then Momo remembers Grandma saying that.
That monster has full confidence in its speed, so provoke it to the sand and watch it will definitely respond to this. Are you afraid of losing the race against us? How useless it is that you are winning with your strength. Your name is Turbogni, so why don't you race with us next? Are you afraid? If you are really a Turb, then challenge us to the race.
So Turbogni returns to its normal form.
Oh, come on! What do you think you're talking about? I cannot lose the race at any cost, so I accept your challenge, and anyway, I can eat whenever I want, so let's tell me what the day is, and is there no goal here? We will play catch, and if you catch us, you will win, and you will count to 10 minutes. Today, we will run as long as you are counting. It's a rule you have to follow, and if you break it, it means your story is completely useless. Alright, I don't like people who break the rules.
So Momorola start running away from there and starting Turbo Granny counting this.
So it was amazing, Momo. I thought we were going to die, then we were really a genius.
I know I'm a genius and I should have at least asked him for a little more time because getting out of the whistle in 10 minutes is too difficult.
We then see the Turbo Granny skipping the count.
Wait, is that right? They count in a way.
So, we see when the count is complete, Turbo Granny grabs Momo and sees.
10 minutes are over, so now I'll start counting your 10 minutes. Let's run now.
And when the countdown initiates, logic prevails.
This is wrong. You said you will obey the rule and the count is not counted like that.
You instructed me to count without specifying how to do so.
We watch and the 10 minutes of the law are over and Turbogani starts coming to catch him. Then the law tells me,
let your mangoes suck.
And then he and Mango start eating.
Stop consuming my mangoes without my permission. Leave me be, Tondo.
Otherwise, if you provided me with this notion, I won't abandon you until you abandon Momo.
Turbo Green starts screaming about the pain and carries to release the other cause, but the other cause, Valid Relief, captures the Turbo Green and the other cause and says by tearing its protective clothing,
my strength is decreasing because of these clothes. Are these people utilizing the assistance of a spirit medium? Regardless, I will devour this girl and conclude everything. Why do I feel immense pressure?
So she says,
I understand that even though I can't see it, I can still control it. He is now under the law, so I can catch you.
The Turbo Granny angrily attacks Momo, who is freed from what she is and becomes normal for no reason.
How dare you finally get me out of this guy as soon as possible? We finally caught you. Old lady, is it true? See how we can torture you?
So we saw Bound Spirit arrives there and asks Momo and Aurelion to give Turbo Granny back. Turbo Granny asks Bound Spirit to kill them both and that Bound Spirit attacks them both. Momo and Aurelion then run away and Bound Spirit is chasing them.
How can a bound spirit eventually become a crab?
Gran, I was told that my people take the shape of freshwater crabs so that they can cross the Sanju River.
Ta. We observed that Bound Spirit starts attacking by seeing bear marks and Turbo Granny tells it to divert its attention. Tamomo grabs Turbo Granny and says,
And the law let you be transformed. Hey now, great, stop shaking.
Mommy, please hurry up.
Go! This time you have complete Turbogny inside you, so these are a little difficult.
Then we see that Bow Spirit sees them, attacks Ayore, but that reason is transformed and starts running away from there with Momo at full speed.
Camino, you must stop using my powers without permission. Let me go now, idiots. This is such a wonderful thing, and it's even more entertaining to hold you in my hands.
Momo, these are messed up. I don't turn away because of your visit.
Are you serious? How can this be?
So we observe that logic tumbles down the hill, yet miraculously those individuals endure.
Are you two okay?
This is the worst time for me.
Because you have saved our lives and now we have come away from that bound period. Wait, they're coming here too.
Thus we witness that the Bound Spirit enters the city too, prompting Law and Mo to resume running.
I've witnessed numerous faces at that crab bake. Hold on, move forward. There are countless people on these streets claiming to see this crab. If that's the case, it's unfortunate because we are leaving under these circumstances. I can't face my friends like this.
And then he says the reason.
Momo, I don't have much strength left.
So you can absolutely do this. Let's muster all your strength right now.
It's of no use. Because we cannot escape Shono City, and if we proceed this way, that crab will catch and devour us.
No, that mustn't occur at all. I won't permit that crab to eat me. Maybe I'll claim it myself. I can attempt one method and let's head to the right.
Now we observe those people inside a building. They enter the house where that crab also goes. Then the Law transforms into normal form and announces,
There is hot water available here, and crabs only inhabit water, so this is the beneficial part.
Assuming there is water here, but this water is extremely hot, and when this boiling water falls on this crab, it will begin to seize up while in the hot water. I have heard that the motions of the text are also slow.
Soon, we see a tremendous amount of boiling water falling on that crab, causing it to stop moving.
Eventually it's cooked and just see how delicious it appears now.
How could you be hungry at such a moment? Now cease staring at this crab and leave immediately.
Then those people start going out there and say, Momu.
If we go through this street, we will get out of Shirosity very soon. But wait, why are there so few people here?
They see that there are so many. People are growing, but those people are looking very strange that they start running away from Momo and Karurwa, Tammy says.
After all, who are these people?
So says Turbo Groony.
Idiot, didn't you guys really think you'd get out of here so easily? There is a very large cemetery on the border of Shono City, so that's why I was there. We have sought help from Youth Spirit because Cholo City is our territory after all. We won't let you guys get out of Cholo City so easily.
Ta! We see. The Power Spirit and all the other spirits appear in front of Momo and Okosius.
It's indeed time to utilize your power again.
Are you sure that this should be done because if I do this now, we will not be able to reach the next city?
If you don't use your power now, we will be killed here anyway, so trust me.
Then the reason is transformed.
Don't be foolish. If we transform now, we won't be able to proceed next time.
So why beat Mommy? He picks it up and starts coming out of there running at full speed and tearing up the spirits. Then Movo also starts helping Okaz with his bicycle power and we see him flying all over the city like Spider-Man. Then suddenly Okosen in the sky returns to normal form and they both start falling down. But we see that Momo slows down own speed with his aura's power and that's why he transforms for the last time and saves them both and says,
Now I can't say any more. Now I feel like my body is falling apart.
I'm sitting.
And don't come so soon. We're just about to get there. My seat is ahead of me. Where did Turbo Green go?
So Turbo Granny comes and kicks Momo and Karan one by one and says,
You guys have cheated, so now I will not leave you. One thing I find most useless about you is that you have no respect for your seniors at all. You are truly an amazing senior because I have never seen such a senior till today who speaks so much to their junior. I respect you a lot. Talk to me in Japanese. I know you are trying to deceive me again by using English words. You guys are really very bad. Run away, start, and you will eat the chariot.
Turturbugani joins with the boundless spirit and says,
Let's start running and I'll try to eat you. 2 people will leave Sono City in a short time now, so let's see if 2 people can reach there or not. How many minutes do you need now?
Tammy says,
We need a second because of my power I can hold anything.
This Momo catches the metro train passing there with her power and she climbs on that train for another reason.
Stop, Kumino, where are you running? Turbo Granny is our granny at 100 kilometers and the speed of this train is R at 120 kilometers, which means it cannot reach here. You really are a lot of people.
Old Turbo Granny says getting on the train.
Stupid girl train never runs at its full speed. A Ray has to have those ribs. I can run 100 kilometers at our speed forever, so I won't let you run away from here. Stupid old lady, we will catch you, not us. Grandma was right that you can set any channel when he comes, but look carefully. The train you get on will be the reason for your defeat.
Then we see that in the second city, Momo's grandma has prepared a barrier so that she can defeat Turbogani. Turbomo catches Turbo Granny and says,
You are really fast. Seniors have to believe that you still know in your old bones, so they are really very difficult to beat. But I am the winner of this challenge.
Then we'll see. As soon as that train comes out of Sean City, the Turbo Granny explodes and Momo has a lot of speed there. Then it is seen. Then those people reach the station here, and after they come to the consciousness of the reason, they say the reason.
We finally said it and it was called Turbo Gurney.
In the end, we beat him. To be honest, I didn't want to do that. In that channel, there was the spirit of the girls of your age who raped and crawled there. Those girls did not become spirits by themselves, and spirit mediums had been chasing Turbo Granny for a long time, and Turbo Granny always came where the spirit of the girl who had been wrongly killed was. Maybe she supported girls like them because she couldn't move on to the next life. But attacking a dead man is wrong, so if they do, we have to force them to send them to the other side. The same applies to living people, so we should never do anything that insults the dead. If any human enters their territory without respect, then he desires to die, and that is a rule. Because of Jesus, life and death come together. I'm glad you guys are okay.
See Talam. Back home, Momo and her grandma are fighting each other behind the crab meat, and Okal does not feel hungry at all.
Won't you feel hungry after seeing this beat? Are you also human?
If this was a knowledge situation, I would definitely eat it, but I can't believe that despite all this, you are still eating crab.
Yes, Grandma says.
So what do you eat in this situation?
I don't want to talk about it.
You are showing too much attitude. Are you really yours? The gold was returned. Yeah.
And thank you for that.
Come on, let me see if you really got it.
Are you seriously out of your mind, Momo, Inello?
Kota Grandma starts running after Okasam, and after a while Okasam starts leaving there and says thank you to everyone for her help.
It's too late already. Be cautious then.
I feel significantly safer outside this house.
I won't remain unchanged like this the next time.
I'll never reveal that to you.
What does Momo say?
Ignore them because what she's saying is just a joke. She just wants to make you laugh.
That's fantastic, but do you actually think I'm convinced? I'll believe this. Come on, I'll walk out of here then, farewell.
See you again tomorrow then.
Hearing which makes him happy, and all the episodes of this end and the link of the next episode of shame in meeting Momo for the reason, because he doesn't understand what he should do. Then he sees Momo at the school gate and he thinks,
We are merely friends, so she won't be standing at the gate waiting for me. Surely someone else is coming from here. Hence, I have to leave quietly.
Then we see that Reason crosses in front of Momo and comes to Momo's and says,
Dear eyes, where are you off to? Anyways, you are too late.
Momo is talking to the Law, and we see that Law is very shy because he can't say much. Momo goes to her class, and we see the students of the class start bidding, and the Law just like every day. Then that Law goes to his bench and thinks, now I
Ignore these people,
can I?
because I have a great deal now.
Then Momo's friends here see that Momo is lost somewhere, and they find it very strange that Momo is not giving reply to their messages for many days. Then they think that Momo's condition is due to her breakup. Because of Jesus, she becomes very sad. But here we see, both Momo and Subrizon are very excited to talk to each other, and here Momo wants to know a lot about aliens and unreason Gosh. Then this Momo goes to class for no reason during lunch break, and we see that no one in her class knows her, and then we see it. For no reason, he is looking for her in Momo's class, but no one sleeps after that, and then they both start looking for each other in different parts of the school. But we see that they don't get anything. Then he thinks the reason,
Maybe she's ignoring me, which she must have realized by now how boring I am, so maybe she won't bother me anymore.
that's what Momo says.
Where's the reason for this lunch break? The end has come. Wait, in the morning he was a little nervous, so maybe he doesn't like talking to me a little. I have to think about his feelings.
Momo has a lot of friends, and I'm like a backup friend, and maybe she doesn't even consider me her friend.
So it's Law and Momo's sad Friday. Suddenly they see each other, and they are shocked to see each other.
Tomorrow you will be here.
I also want to ask you, how much time have I spent searching for you?
I had also been looking for you, but it appears that our break time is now finished.
I had the impression that you were being unfaithful to me.
That's what it looks like too. Wait, the situation just got worse. I need to change the subject as soon as possible.
Then Amu's friend says,
Hold on. What were the two of you doing? If that's the situation, Mumu, you should have informed us earlier, which explains why you were so distracted. Stop your foolish behavior. Why would I ever kiss this fool? Sayanka.
I am incapable of doing that with someone as worthless as you.
How can you have the audacity to refuse me?
I'm not going back home, just open your eyes and understand.
You are utterly useless, and your spectacles are equally worthless. I have no desire to converse with a boy like you.
If I'm feeling the same way, please don't speak with me.
Then they both leave there. Then Amu's friend says,
How much do these two have in common?
then the reason goes to the bathroom and thinks,
I think I am currently in flow.
I need to return and offer my apologies.
however, he then senses something odd. At this point, we observe Momo's classmates discussing Momo's matters, which greatly distresses Momo. Upon arrival, he comments,
Momo, come on quickly. There has been a big problem.
Act? Okay, why are you here? I thought you didn't want to talk to me, so let's get out of here.
There's no time for this discussion. This superior is really significant, so I desire to speak with you privately.
Absolutely not.
Mother's friend remarks.
Are you already engaged in a dispute? I've told you previously that he is not my boyfriend, so quit spreading falsehoods. Let's go.
Momo, do you remember you were talking to me this morning? So why aren't you talking to me now?
Because you mentioned you didn't want to converse with me.
Hussein, you were saying the same thing, so I said it too, but actually I want to talk to you.
Momo's friends are very happy to hear this and start cheering for the cause. Momo says,
I have no desire to speak with you, so please depart.
I'm extremely embarrassed to talk to you.
and gets sad and leaves there. Or Momo's friend says,
Did you really have to do that to him? You are always laughing with your friends, so what happened to you today?
Then there appears to be no reason in the evening. I'm looking for mommy, but then he accidentally bumps into a girl who recounts that.
Forgive me. There was a bottle in my bag, so you didn't get hurt somewhere?
Nothing like this has happened anywhere.
Then the girl puts her hand on that which makes Ukaro feel ashamed, and we see that girl starts doing even more good things, which makes Ukaro feel ashamed. And when it becomes overly wet, Momo notices that and that girl together and reflects on you.
What's happening here? She mentioned she doesn't have any friends, and this girl is absolutely adorable.
Then that girl passes by Momo with her friend and makes a mocking remark for no reason whatsoever.
Observe how that foolish boy fell in love with me. I think he has never interacted with a decent girl, and in the future, he will never be able to get close to anyone. I merely intended to make him happy.
Momo doesn't like it at all and throws a cup at her head with her bicycle power, knocking her unconscious.
Wait just a moment. What transpired? This is the girl who was accompanying me. Did the impact of my collision occur so long after that?
Strictly follows the law and states.
And 'cause let's walk home together. How good you look in these glasses. I think a stupid girl can never understand you for.
And by mocking that girl and taking the law out of there, then he says on the way,
Sorry, and the reason I behaved so badly with you, my friends thought maybe we had kissed, so I was a little nervous. I'm sorry I was so embarrassed, but actually I don't feel embarrassed at all to be friends with you. Anything?
No, I don't have a problem with that, so I'm glad we're finally back together. But there's a big problem here. Listen to me carefully. We beat Timo Granny, didn't we?
Yes, we beat me and we prayed too. Today you have broken down and I think you have made a comeback.
My body is back, but my body is gone.
Then when she starts laughing out loud, Granny says,
That's why I said let me see and finally do it. How did you not realize after so much time and you were nuts, right?
He laughed. Stop, I was back. Because I was so happy I didn't notice it. These are my nuts missing.
Why do you say to make it? It's like a chicken.
Please don't say you've never seen anything like this before.
Let's show it again.
Are you really going to see it?
I won't simply look at you. I'll gaze deeper within your essence.
Tav begins to meticulously examine Granny and Law, additionally requesting Momo to arrange specific items. Subsequently, he immerses himself with Momo in the Akalan tub. Utilizing a powerful magic barrier, she targets the doll, eliminates Granny, and inquires if Momo observed any unusual occurrences.
When you struck him, he instantly underwent a profound transformation.
Then Granny says,
Alright, Momo, once her aura's color alters, extract the aura with precision.
Then she says,
But the person can never be removed.
Tagarini says,
He's not one of us, therefore we can remove him with ease. Let's proceed and prepare thoroughly.
Tagarini delivers a forceful blow to Urizen, prompting Momos to skillfully extract the aura, leading to Urizen's downfall.
Wait a minute, I just realized that I have taken out that woman. Finally, where did she go? I think she has escaped from my hand.
Then Granny says,
Shartra.
Then we see that the energy barrier applied on that doll is converted into paper red, and that doll becomes alive. The doll then runs away, and Granny asks everyone to find her. Then Momo starts finding him with his power, and grabs him.
Let me go, Camino, or I'll shape you. I'm warning you.
Momo, your bicycle power is really amazing, and it is increasing day by day.
Come on, Don. If you really want to kill me, then face me. This is truly bizarre.
Then she says,
What happened next?
Then Granny says,
Indeed, it's turbocharged.
and then Mommy says,
However, we defeated Turbo Greenie and liberated his soul.
then the turbo grunts.
Do you guys really think that I will lose to newbies like you? Don't underestimate your senior so much. How cute does it look? Stop kidding me, you idiot. When you were going to burn me with barrier technology, I became a spirit and entered the body of this girl, and at that time, I became powerless. So that's why I was able to hide my pressure inside this guy. Anyway, I wanted to hide inside it until my spiritual power came back, and I wanted to kill it at the right time. Do you want to fight us again? Don't forget, we beat you. It can't happen. I can never lose, and I can never forgive anyway. I'll tear you to pieces. Do you know what condition you are in? This time we people have all the control, so stop killing yourself too much. Let's get my walnuts back as soon as possible. You can't hide them anymore.
Tarturb doesn't say that.
Don't even think about killing me, because if I die, your nut is forever. Will disappear. Then you know what situation you are in. Actually, I have control over here. If you are an idiot, then come on boys, bring a knife and kill these two, and after that, I will give you back your walnut. Make it quick. You have no choice but to obey my words.
So we see all of a sudden Aukat, Arun converts to his second form.
This stress is overwhelming that I've emerged from it.
But how does this happen? If Turbo Granny has kicked you out, how are you able to transform?
Turbo Granny speaks.
What was going on ahead?
Wow. Oh,
Attacking Corn should have caused the Ever Spirit to come out of the body, but it seems that Turbo Granny was trying so hard to stay inside that his only attempt came out like this. If I say in other words that your spiritual powers are still inside this boy, just your personality has been transferred in this phase. And yes, this is the only way I can fix this. And yes, what were you saying? I'm sorry, teacher. I'm not your teacher, and stop doing such nonsense.
so the law comes back to normal form and says Momo.
That was absolutely amazing. How did you manage to transform?
I don't know. I was just angry at you. Maybe I was transformed.
Then she exterminates the lead Turbo Granny and orders them to cease their actions.
If I tell the truth, I can't hate you, Turbo Granny. I feel the same way about the way you had towards those girls, so let's then behave well with each other. If you give that reason back, then we will give you back yours. Then these deals will be fine, or people are very bastards, but come on. Okay, I accept.
She says.
Come on, now give the walnut back quickly.
Tata Bukrani says,
But it's not here. What the fuck are you doing? I just promised I'm not lying. I accidentally dropped the nut somewhere.
and with this episode ends and the link of the next episode will be coming on your screen. You can watch an episode by clicking